Hello everyone, I'm back on the foreshore for the first time since lockdown and I wanted to show you what it's like. It's incredibly peaceful and quiet. The Thames is sliding past slowly, taking the tide out. There's no boats, which means there's no waves, which means there's no erosion, so I'm not expecting to find a great deal. The other problem is that it's not washing away the mud, so there's quite a lot of sludge. I'll show you some of it now. The river itself is incredibly calm. The algae, the green stuff on the wall, seems to be creeping down the wall onto the foreshore and it's taking over in some places. So it'd be interesting to see how green the foreshore would turn if the boats never came back or didn't come back for another month or so. A few people have asked whether the river is clear. It's not. It's just as muddy as always. It is a muddy old river and that's got nothing to do with how clean it is. It's just the way it is. So no, it's not clear, but it is incredibly calm. It's like a mill pond. Now the bit that I'm in is nice and quiet. I've come to Rotherhithe, which is a part of the foreshore I can get to without having to go on public transport. And the part that I'm on is nice and quiet. The part behind me, if I turn around, there's a bit of sand you might not be able to see, but in the distance, it's like Southend-on-Sea. There was a woman earlier, actually in a bikini, wading in the river, and 3 children up to their waists in it. Rather them than me, I feel decidedly overdressed in my Wellington boots and my rubber gloves, but each to their own. They've got deck chairs, there's someone fishing, and lots of people sunbathing. So I think I'm going to be moving a little bit further up. I've been here for about 20 minutes. I found the bottom of a sugar mould and I found quite a nice 18th century clay pipe. I have a feeling I'm not going to find much today, but I'm going to keep looking and I'm going to try and get away from the crowds. Catch you later. Okay, well, I've ended up out here on the Rotherhithe peninsula where it's much quieter. There isn't a soul in sight and it's such a beautiful evening. I've also got the most wonderful view of Canary Wharf, and as you can see, not one person here to share it with. And it's been quite a good day. I've actually found quite a lot. I didn't think I'd find much. You can see behind me all the sludge. It's usually quite sludgy out here, but it's even sludgier at the moment. But I've done all right. So I've found 1 or 2 things I'll show you. Okay, so I've got to the end of my day and here's my spoil for the day. And I'm quite pleased with it. It's not the best lot, but I've found a reasonable amount of stuff and some good stuff in there. And typically right at the end of my day I found the find of the day. I'd just taken my gloves off as well, so I got dirty hands, but it was worth it. I'll show that to you first. See if you can see that. It's an 18th century political token. It's in great condition, I've seen one of these before. A friend found one a few years ago and I was quite jealous of it, so I'm really pleased I found one of these at last. Anyway, that's my find of the day, and I'll just quickly talk you through the other stuff I've got. Just a black pipe stem, just because I like them. You don't find them that often. Some bits of bone that have been worked and cut to shape. There's the end of a sugar mould there. A few non-native shells, a couple of cowries, 18th century pipe, hagstone with 2 holes. That's got to be lucky, hasn't it? And a piece of unglazed delft. There's a delft dump, a dump of old kiln waste out on the Rotherhithe Peninsula, and I picked up that pot base. There's a bit of lead there for I take the lead away and put it in my scrap lead box. I don't know what this is. It looks like some sort of lock plate or something. I'm not sure what that is.
And down here there's a bone button, a plastic button, of course my nipple button that I'm very pleased with here. That's 17th century with an eye looped into the back, which is unusual, so that's quite nice. And a bit of glass, just because I picked it up. So now I'm going to decide what I'm going to take and what I'm going to leave, and try and find my way home. And in the meantime, I'll give you one last look at the river. Sun's going down, quiet and still. And it's good to be back.